Welcome back, trainers, and in this video, we're going to be taking a look at Primarina with Sparkling Aria. Yes, we're going to be using that move, and then we're going to make a Hypno Cannon video, okay? So let's go ahead and just take a look at the stats here, and I'm going to explain why we're using this move and not Hypno Cannon, okay? So taking a look at Sparkling Aria, it is going to be doing 96 damage, while Hypno Cannon is going to be doing 96 as well. While Sparkling Aria, it's going to be costing you 45 energy, while Hypno Cannon costs you 40. So it is a direct downgrade from Hypno Cannon. Hypno Cannon is going to be simply that much better, obviously, because the energy is going to be required is going to be less. Taking a look at Disarming Voice, it is going to be the same energy, but the Sparkling Aria is going to be doing more damage. I'm going to tell you, though, having Sparkling Aria over Hypno Cannon is going to be just that much better, okay? Straight up. But, of course, you have Hypno Cannon, so why would you even go with that? The reason why I'm going to be going with it for this video is because I did have a 100 level 50 Primarina already made here, and you can see Hypno Cannon because this is going to be after the fact. But it wasn't time for it to be able to learn it through the Elite TM quite yet, so I just said, okay, the hell with this. I'm going to go ahead and just put this new Sparkling Aria on it, test it out, and then when I'm able to do Hypno Cannon, we'll make that video. So I'm going to be bringing you this and discussing really quick why they did this. So much like Blaziken when they gave it Blaze Kick, they are going to be adding this move, the Sparkling Aria, to other Pokemon, and it's just a new move introduced into the game, and they just probably wanted to introduce it during the Poplo Community Day, and you know, introduce it before the next season begins so that they can start adding it onto new Pokemon's move pools. We've seen this time and time again, and I don't know what's up with this glitch here, folks. The glitch with the Primarina's hair just looking all crazy like some weird witch mermaid or something. I don't even know. But that's funny. We'll put a picture up on the side there for you to look at the entire time. But that's the story here. You're definitely going to want to go with Hypno Cannon. And if you're like, why did they even do this? Because so they can introduce it to other Pokemon's move pools. And I did get this rank 1 here. Pretty happy about that. Pretty happy. I did grind the majority of it. I'd say it stopped about an hour before it ended because I was already looking pretty good on my candies. Already had a level 50 and a 100, and I wanted to do my battles, and that's exactly what I did. If it was a Stardust event, or at least bonus, I would have kept going until the very end. Nonetheless, still a great community day, amazing Pokemon, and we're going to talk about the benefits now and how much better it is. Well, I am a Primarina fan already, using it in the Master League. It's always done me well. In the Master Premier, it's just a cheat code. It is straight up just a cheat code in Master Premier. In the Open Master League, it's still going to be doing pretty good, especially now that it has lesser energy costing moves and it's getting stabbed from both these new water moves, Hypno Cannon and Sparkling. All right, so with that said, stay tuned. I will be dropping the next one pretty soon, right after this, the Hypno Cannon one. I already have it all ready to go. But let's go ahead and take a look at this here before the season ends. Something fun to note about this is everything that we are using here is going to maintain the same damage. There's nothing that's going to be changing here. So we don't have to really worry about any of that. You know, debuffs or increased damage. Is it going to be performing differently next season? No, this is all going to stay the same. So we're just moving everything from this season into the next with this team, and you can continue on in Master League using this and you'll be fine. All right, but with that said though, folks, I have a lot of different rambles and rants, and I wouldn't call them rants, just random things I want to talk about here, just because we have a long video, and I haven't done a Go Battle League long video like this in quite some time. So let's have a little fun here. Really happy with the Primarina that I do have. Is it worth maxing out? Is it going to be beneficial for you anywhere else other than Master League? Yeah, it's actually a pretty decent fairy type attacker, also pretty decent water type attacker if you want to turn it into that now, with Waterfall for a quick move, and then going with Charm, and then Moonblast, and then of course you have your Hypno Cannon. So it's can utilize both of its typings very well, and it's all set now, and here we are finally. So just get ready for the Gen 8 starters. It's going to be pretty exciting with this whole max out season. Again, they haven't really gone into details as to what Dynamax and Gigantamax Pokemon are actually going to do, specifically the ones that we're going to be getting out the gate, which are just the bigger forms without a new form change. So we'll just have to see what that is going to be and what we can actually do with these Pokemon aside from just spending more money, like doing another raid. It's like literally they cut it in half and doubled it. I said that in my last video. That makes no sense because if you cut it in half and double it, it's the same thing, right? It's like, what did you do? Oh, how much do you make an hour? All right, cut it in half and we're going to double it. It's like, really? Yeah. It's like, you're getting paid the same, buddy. Okay, you're getting ripped off still, okay? Anyways, speaking of jobs, we're going to talk about that too. I know it's really random, but we'll get into that. So we are going to be pairing it up, as you can see here, with Zygarde. And we are going with the Necrozma Dawn Wings, and that's actually going to be equipped as best buddy, just in case I had a mirror match. But technically, I feel like having it as best buddy is going to be better as a lead, because when you do go up against another one, it's not going to usually be neck and neck. So being, that much better than them as far as having that CMP is not going to really help you, because either they're going to have a quick move first, or they're going to get a quick move in first, or you are. So you're going to be ahead or they're going to be ahead. So probably should have just equipped Primarina as it is best buddy too. They're all best buddy here. But yeah, folks, hope everybody is doing great. Fall time is coming in fast. Those leaves are starting to turn yellow, although it's looking still pretty good outside. But it is definitely getting chilly over here in Anchorage, Alaska. It's probably more so because it's been raining like crazy. Lovely. At the end of the summer, just rain, rain, rain. I enjoy it, but it sure is making it really cold outside. But this is technically my favorite time of the year, fall time. So bring it on. I'm not complaining whatsoever. It's just a little chilly though. But hey, let's have some fun here, folks. Now, I was going to say a bunch of random stuff here, but I don't know how to start it off just so weirdly random. Let's go ahead and just focus on some of these battles here. All right, so using this charm and having this sparkling move, I mean, I could immediately tell it was obviously better. Now, technically, disarming voice costs the same energy, but when you get to the sparkling move, if they let's see, if they're both neutral, you're going to want to go with the sparkling move. I mean, technically, you're going to want to go with Hypno Cannon, right? But sparkling is doing more. So for whatever reason, you don't have an elite TM, you forgot the event, you have 100, it's already maxed out, and all that stuff, which I hope not. Then definitely sparkling is the move you go for if it's neutral, as it's doing more, as we've seen in the beginning. But of course, Hypno Cannon is the move you're going to want to run alongside disarming voice. I personally think going with Charm is just going to be that much better. As you can see, this Primarina here does have Waterfall, so it can benefit you. I mean, going up against, like, say, a Ho-Oh or something like that, maybe a Groudon or just another ground type like Landorus. So they swap into their Necrozma. Like I just said, look at this. See, this is the exact situation I was talking about. So having mine be at a higher level now, because it's 100 plus best buddied up, is not going to really do anything for me, because they did get a Shadow Claw in first, so they're always going to be able to hit it, sooner. As you can see here, they do have 1 health. We're going to go ahead and shield this up. Primarina, no more shields. Now, this one is going to be pretty close. I'm expecting Disarming Voice here. All right, so since they do have Waterfall, we're looking like we can maybe do something here. Another Disarming Voice is going to be pretty close. Oh, a Hypno Cannon. Okay, so it looks like we're just going to go straight for it, and we have a double KO. Look at that. All right. Hey, when you have a double KO, it actually doesn't count. So say you did, say you won 4 games and your last one was a double KO, it will pretty much count as like a 5-0 almost. Technically, sort of. It will just pretend that last match didn't even exist, so your points will actually go up significantly here. All right, next game, leading with the Zygarde the entire time, I'm pretty sure. Gonna go ahead and just hold the line here. Oh no, we've used the shield. Never mind, hold the line. Gonna go ahead and go for that crunch. Did they swap? Yeah, they bring in their Necrozma Dawn Wings, which takes a lot of damage from crunch, and I do believe they are going to double shield this here. Go for the farm down and leaving themselves vulnerable without any shields, which is fine, but they are loaded up on energy here, so let's see how we're going to be able to pull this one off. So we're going to let this go, as we do want to save that Primarina with a shield here. Now they are going to get to a charge move. We are going to shield this Moongeist Beam, which I assumed is going to be that. Exactly. That would have done pretty much all of our health there. And they do have a Xerneas. Now, if I can get to this... Oh, no, it's not Hypno Cannon. It's Sparkling. No, we don't have it yet. Can we take this win? Hit me with a Moonblast. Come on, Primarina. Let's see what this move can do, if we can pull this off. All right. Can we charm him out of here? and we take the win with Primarina. We don't even need Hypno Cannon. I mean, this Sparkly move was proven to be pretty good, but again, you're not going to want to technically run that unless you did get some sort of, you know, technical issues with your game and you couldn't get Hypno Cannon and you didn't play yesterday, right? Using Elite Charge TM, yeah, definitely worth it. I used it once I was able to. All right, next game, we're going to be met with a Ho-Oh. Folks, if you can give this video a thumbs up, that'd be much appreciated, all right? All right, so let's see what we have going on here. So what just happened, man? I've been, ever since I got into crypto, Bitcoin, I've been so much more focused on the economy, the markets, and just things that I didn't, you know, I focused on those things before, but so much more now, right? I'm literally going to be getting a little bit of a little 8-bit ticker that shows a clock of 8-bit and or 8-bit Bitcoin and all kinds of other stocks because I find myself constantly opening the damn app to see if it dropped, even though I get notifications as to when Bitcoin does go up and down by a certain percent. I just find myself always looking at it because, I mean, we're at a point where September's kind of slow. So, but you never know what kind of things could happen, a black swan event or some sort of good news or the rate cuts, which are not going to be happening quite yet. But any of those things can trigger it to just parabolically just go through the roof. So I got to just be on my toes here, right? But yeah, it's been fun getting into this whole thing, and I see the job market is looking pretty bad as the unemployment rates have jumped up to, was it like 4.2%, 4.3%? It's looking pretty grim out there. I hear that it's really hard to find a job. A lot of these job bait websites. Now, I was thinking of whether or not I wanted to talk about this. It's not like I'm going to make a lot of people flock to Alaska or anything by saying this because it's already happening. But just to let you know, a little secret. The cost of living here is expensive, but compared to a lot of other places, I mean, it's not the same, but it's pretty crazy. But the job market here is pretty freaking good, folks. There's a lot of opportunity. I'm not going to say, well, come on, don't be lazy. It's easy to find a job. I mean, I'm technically doing some other things here. I've got several other jobs on the side. It's not like go and clock into some retail job and that's what I'm doing, but you know, there's a lot of entrepreneur things that you can do nowadays to make yourself some money. And that's exactly what I'm doing, including a very, very, very generous donator that has given me a good chunk of change to allow me to like make a few different investments and just kind of diversify what I wanted to do around here. So I'm really grateful for that, as well as all of my Patreon supporters. You all are amazing. So thank you for everybody that's ever supported me. We're just going to keep on going here and see what we got coming towards the end of the year. And enough about that. Just wanted to talk about some random stuff. You can take a look at the battles. I mean, it's been a minute since we sat down and, you know, had a few shots and talked. It's already early in the morning. I'm not drinking or nothing. I'm just saying, hypothetically. So let's go ahead and get back into this. Hopefully you did not enjoy that, or you did enjoy you did enjoy it. All right, so our Zygarde here, always a boss. 1 health and a dream. Going for that crunch up against that Necrozma. So we've only got 1 shield left. We're going to go ahead and let this go. Oh yeah, I left this in here. So as soon as I was about to take the win, of course it freezes. Do you see what I'm talking about? Yeah, no, people are making it freeze. No, people are cheating. No. I'm not going to chalk it up to, oh, the game lags at the perfect time, right when you're about to win. It never lags when I'm about to lose to help me. Never. Like I said, maybe like out of hundreds of times, well, I wouldn't say hundreds of times where it's frozen when I'm about to win. I'm probably upwards around like 80 or so. Compared to when I'm about to lose and it freezes, probably maybe 2, maybe 1. Okay, so yeah, Go Battle League's busted. We've already been over this. Not only can people cheat seeing your team, yes, I'm a broken record. I will say it again because if you stop talking about it, it fades away into the night. All right, and people just forget. People can see your team using cheats. Yes, your whole team, your moves, your everything. And not only that, they can make it free somehow sometimes when they, start losing and throw a little fit like a little bitch. So that's where we're at. Anyways, up against this Dawn Wings here, taking out my Necrozma. Gonna go ahead and bring in that Primarina, which is my last Pokemon here. Again, I was having an absolute blast with this thing, doing great over here. And gonna go ahead and shield up that Moonblast. Getting to the Sparkling move, which is not gonna be enough to take them out. Was there situations where having that would have helped me more? Well, of course, like, you know, we're gonna survive this barely here. But I'm gonna have to say it's still did pretty good compared to having Hydro Cannon, because of the energy cost, and you're getting stabbed still, and Charm is doing so much. Technically, you're always taking them out or bringing them low enough to charm them down. But yeah, Hydro Cannon does more, and it's definitely better for sure. Anyways, we're up against a Ho-Oh here, hitting me with a Brave Bird. Brave over there. This is going to be another one. We'll let it go. Zygarde is just a monster. We're just going to go ahead and farm them down, and we have an Outrage almost, I think. What are they going to throw in here? I'm just immediately going for Crunch. Do believe that was going to be a Necrozma Dawn Wings. Oh, Duskmane. All right, no problem. Still super effective. They're using a shield. We're going to go ahead and bring in our Dawn Wings here. Now, we don't want to get hit by a Dark Pulse because that is going to KO, as it is 4 times effective. Yeah, that's the only problem about this thing here. That and a little squishy, but it's definitely worth powering up, having a 100%, or at least as best as you can get, and bringing it as close to 50 as possible. This is literally one of the best things in the game. Hardest hitting Pokemon, period. Okay. They do have a Garchomp in the back. They are going to back out up against Primarina because, I mean, it's a wrap. It's a good game there. Moving it on here, folks. What do we have? A Dialga. Been here, done that. No problem. So Roar Time is going to hurt like a son of a gun. Iron Head is going to tickle us a little bit, and that's the problem. We have to call that bait. If we do, we'll be looking pretty good. They're letting the Crunch go, and we're dropping the defense there. Sounds good. We are going to go ahead and shield this up. Hitting me with a Roar of Time, so we call that correctly. Sounds great here. I think they let this one go as well, and we end up taking them out here. Great. We are down a shield, so we do have that to consider. They're bringing in a Kyogre. No problem, no problem. I kind of want to go for that Outrage. Unfortunately, not making it to the damn Outrage. But we do have Primarina. But then again, you do have to look out for Thunder on these Kyogres because that will pretty much one-shot you. So you do have that to look out for. Gonna go ahead and let it go. It is just a serve. Calling it correctly. Let's get it. Farming them down. What do you have in the back, buddy? And it is going to be a Duskmane. Technically, not what I really want to see here, but I mean, it could be worse. Going to go ahead and go for the Sparkling, getting a shield out of them. Of course, we're going to have to shield up everything here. So this one's looking pretty grim. Going to go ahead and go for the Dark Pulse here. The next one they throw is going to obviously take us out. We are going to be getting that last shield, but we do have a charge move. I do believe ready to go on Primarina. I think we may just need a couple more quick moves, a couple more charms. 1, 2, 3, we're getting to the Sparkling, and this is going to be enough to take the win. Primarina is absolutely on a roll, even with this move that is lesser than Hydro Cannon. Still doing great for me here. All right, we have one of the bravest souls I've ever seen, bringing a Gengar into the Open Master League here. I mean, what are the matchups? Like a fighting type? What would be good going up against? I mean, there's plenty of Pokemon it's good up against, but the meta. I don't know, man. That's an interesting one there, but nonetheless, very cool. So they're going to be swapping into their Kyogre. We're going to go ahead and bring in Primarina. I'm a little skittish about Thunder, so I'm going to go ahead and shield this up, and it is an Origin Pulse. Still would have done a decent amount because Primarina in the Open Master League going up against these Titans still takes a lot of damage, even from moves that it is resisting. They bring in Gengar, it goes down, and they do have a Metagross in the back. Okay. Let's see what we have. What do we have in the back? Oh, it is a wrap. So they let that go. We hit him with the Sparkling, and they're going to be farming us down. We swap into the Zygarde. Going to go for the Crunch immediately here. Getting their shield. They're going to have to use this, of course. They can't just farm us down here, and this is not even enough. At this point, they can farm us down, but they're throwing, and we do have the Necrozma in the back, so this is a wrap. And we'll take the win with a shield left. Let's get it. Let's keep it moving here, folks. Have some fun. And we are going to be met with a Kyogre. All right, sounds good to me. Now, let's talk about the whole Pokecoin situation with Niantic. And, you know, it's crazy. It's like they're now giving us tasks that you can earn Pokecoins, but you have to pay for it. It's like, what the freaking hell is this? like, I understand there's bonuses that come alongside it, being able to send more gifts, open up more gifts, which I will admit it's kind of beneficial. It's pretty beneficial. You're going to get some more Pokeballs. That's technically all I care about at the end of the day. Getting, or what I'm going to get from those boxes or those gifts is just Pokeballs. That's just me personally. So is it worth the money? $5? I mean, look, I bought the $15 one in the shop. You're going to get an extra 100 Pokecoins right out the gates. Technically, it's like, you know, equivalent in your area, of course, but 15, so only 14. And then I'm going to get more Pokecoins in return, plus the little bonuses that they do have for each one. They're going to be doing 3 this season. Yeah, 3 Pokecoin deals this season. We're talking about 3 little chapters. So the first one, you know, you can buy it for $5, and the next one $5, and then $5. Or you can buy it all for technically $14 or equivalent in your area, because you're getting the 100 Pokecoins back. I just see it as like pretty scammy and pretty scummy. Now, here's the thing: if they did the same thing, same prices and everything, but instead of the little 200 Pokecoins that you're going to be getting, or something like that, equivalent for each chapter here, if it was like $5, like 500 Pokecoins or like 700 Pokecoins. I mean, do you understand that's a deal, and how many people would be purchasing that? I mean, anybody who hears about that and buys things in Pokemongo would probably purchase that. The revenue would shoot up so much. It's just these weird, stingy decisions that they make that just make you scratch your head and say, that's interesting. You know, what is going on here? Is this self-sabotage? Are you trying to piss us off? Are you acting like Pokecoin currency is real gold or some sort of cryptocurrency or whatever? Because technically, I mean, there is a value to it, but it's Pokemon Go. Once you have a Pokecoin, what are you going to do? Exchange it? No. You're going to use it in the game. And if you're not making money off of Pokemon Go, it's literally going down into an endless pit. For your entertainment, of course. Right? Not trying to, you know, disregard people's, you know, fun for Pokemon Go and stuff, but it's the way it works technically. So I don't know why they're treating it as if some sort of like modern currency commodity. Whatever. We'll have to see how it works out, folks. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. But again, we already know what we're dealing with. I'm very excited for the next season. I just wish they would tell us what is actually going to be there. Now, I understand they don't give out all the details before the season. I get it. But if they're going to start shoving crap in our faces about purchasing things for the next season that are revolving around the new mechanics, then give us the details. Give us the juice. You know, give us the information, what we want. I'm not going to go to a freaking restaurant, order a damn burger, and it says it comes with lettuce, tomato, and then the rest of it just says question mark. Right? It's like, well, what else is in here? I want to know what I'm paying for. You know what I'm saying? So, again, I understand they don't give out the details before the season, like they usually do, like all the details. But if they're going to start rubbing things in our face and literally telling us prices of the max particles, like here, buy it, then tell us what it's going to do. Okay? Before, you know, you start throwing numbers at us. That's just my 2 cents. You know, I'm not trying to talk a bunch of mess. I'm just trying to talk common sense. Like, again, going to go back to the burger. If you're a vegan, then okay, a salad. All right, you get a salad and it's like, comes with, I don't even know what vegans eat anymore in salads, to be honest. It's just getting so like nutty out there. But you see a couple of items in the front and just question mark afterwards. You're like, well, no. And it's like $25. You're like, I'm not paying that much for this salad. And you're not even going to tell me what's in here. Anyways, little rant over. Okay. Anyways, folks, I'm just having fun over here, right? This is what we do, especially when we have these long videos. And you can clearly see what's going on here. Primarina is amazing. It's great. Should you power it up? Not just for Master League. Say you're not into PvP. We already went over this, but is it worth it? Yeah, as a budget. As you were able to get a whole bunch of XL candies and actually power it up. Sure, for sure. Definitely, if you have like a 98 or 100. If you have anything like lesser than that, I mean, go for it. If you're sitting on like a 15, 15, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, anywhere between those, yeah, go for it. You know, anything else is your decision, and I'm not going to say don't, but if you are not able to get the best one in the world, again, IVs are just a number on top of what they have already, all right? Just because they don't have max IVs doesn't mean that their full stat product isn't going to be there. They still have their stats. IVs are just extra. Now, you're definitely going to want them when you're going into Master League, or I guess even to Raids, I suppose. But hey, anyways, Primarina, fantastic with Sparkling. Thank you for watching, and I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.